Hey guys, welcome back. Griffin SDI here. Today we're going to be doing a short video on my new airsoft pistol. It is the Marui Glock 17 3rd generation. Let's open her up. That's the manual and stuff. I purchased this airsoft gun from airsoftgear.ca. It was the last one they had. I was pretty lucky. I got a good price for it. I got it on Boxing Day, got 10% off, and I was quite happy with it. Now you may notice that this Glock actually has a transparent lower, and that's because it needs to conform with the laws in Canada, as you can see, which isn't too bad, but not as good as the original. But anyways, let's get to the gun. The Glock 17, as you guys, well, most of you guys will probably know, is that originally it has a polymer lower and a metal slide and barrel. But like other Marui gas blowback guns, or AEGs, Marui likes to make their stuff with plastic. As you can see here, the slide and barrel are plastic, which actually isn't too bad. It functions better in the winter, but for some people like me who like authenticity, would probably want a metal slide and barrel, which I actually have on the way. It's a PGC threaded barrel and slide, which is very cool. I'll get into the trades here. The Glock 17, or Marui, the TMG 17, comes with really nice trades. As you can see here on the slide, you've got the Glock 17 logo, Austria, and 9x19 millimeters. The same thing is on the chamber, as you can see. And it's got some more trades on the other side of the slide. This is a fake serial number, as well as some other characters there. The lower receiver also has Glock trades. And on the other side, you've got Made in Japan, Marui Company Ltd., which is not too bad, unless you look closely at it. It's not really realistic. Lower frame comes with some very nice serrations on the front grip and the back. Gives you a better grip when your hands are sweaty or wet. The slide also has some nice serrations at the back, so you can cock it easier, which is really cool. The sights are plastic, but they're actually pretty easy to sight in with. They're not too bad. This particular model of the Glock 17 actually comes with the night sights. That's pretty much the only reason why I went with the Glock 17 3rd generation. The other Marui Glocks, otherwise known as the G17 Custom, comes in the FDE and foliage green colors, and has the nice thumb rest and magwell. But I did not like the sights on those. These standard sights, they're okay, but they don't look as good, and they're not as good as these sights because they work when it's dark. And that's why I went with this particular model. The externals of the gun are pretty good. It's got some nice texture to the bottom frame, which isn't too bad. I don't like the marks there, though, these seams there. That's my only gripe about it. Other than that, the gun functions flawlessly. The trigger is plastic, but also has some sort of mechanical safety on there, and I'll get to that in a second. Standard Glock, or standard Marui parts. There's the hop-up unit right there. In order to adjust it, you gotta remove the slide. And in order to remove it, you have to cock the gun once, pull it back, pull the two tabs down here and there on either side, pull them down, let the slide go forward, and your whole slide assembly comes out. And there's your hop-up unit right there, as you can see. Go focus. Give it a sec. There it is. That's the hop-up unit right there. That's where you adjust it. There's your nozzle blowback unit. Piston head is inside. You got the inner barrel and recoil guide rod and spring. On the frame here, you got the nice silver part there. That is actually a spring for the takedown pin or takedown switch. In the back, there's the hammer right there. In order to reassemble the gun, all you gotta do is slide the slide back on, push it back, and your gun is reassembled. Really cool. Now about the safety. A Marui Glock actually does not have a safety. The only safety is the mechanical switch here, which only allows you to pull the trigger when it's depressed. You can't pull it if it's not. But for Tokyo Marui, they actually went ahead and designed a mechanical safety right there. Yes, that is actually a safety. All you gotta do is slide that back, and your trigger is locked and won't move at all. Quite interesting, but there's really not much point to that. Since the Marui Glock doesn't actually have a safety. As for the magazine, it holds around 30 rounds. Works pretty good in the winter with the plastic slide, that is. I'm not too sure with metal slides. We'll see. I'll do some more testing with it. I'll do some more tests when I get the metal slide. You can see it has the follower right there and the spring. It's got the nice traits on the back as well with the Glock Austria logo. There's your base plate. That's also where the gas goes. You got your valve right there that releases the gas at the top, which is really cool. We're just gonna insert the mag. There it is. It's the Glock 17. The one thing that's different from the Glocks to other pistols out there is that it uses a striker fire system. The striker fire system actually does not, if you guys have already noticed, it does not have an external hammer. The hammer is actually inside the gun, and that is actually much easier to use than single action, or, well, not much easier, but it's easier to understand than double action and single action guns. All you gotta do is rack it and then shoot it. That's basically how it works. But for single action guns, like the 1911, only works when you rack it. Same thing. Basically the same thing, except it's got external hammer. You shoot it, the side slicos, and you shoot it again. For double action, pulling the trigger will actually cock and decock the hammer. Does that in one single trigger push, or trigger pull. Once you pull the trigger, the slide cycles back, and the hammer is now down, which makes it a single action gun. So it switches from double action to single action, which is a little bit confusing, but I'm not going to go into details about that. You don't need to know that. But that's pretty much it for the Glock 17. But if you guys do want to upgrade the slide, I'd recommend you to change the lower frame to a Garter polymer frame, or reinforce that part where the screws into the frame inside. Reinforce that part with epoxy. That will really will prevent the frame from cracking, and many people have already experienced that. So that's too bad for them, but unfortunately it happens. So it's best that you guys do that. It is recommended if you want to prolong the longevity of your gun. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the review, or the short first impressions review of the Glock 17. I'll be doing a shooting test as soon as possible. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Alright, so we're doing a shooting test on the Glock 17. Load 10 rounds in propane. Same That's it.